What's going on? It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. We back with the boxing clinic more. Shout out to the homie Mr. DX Factor 87 with the video request talking about how crazy Dillian Whyte been talking. He been talking crazy like that for years about Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. They nicknamed him the Body Snatcher. I don't know how he got that nickname. That's utter disrespect to Mike McCullum, the real true Body Snatcher, the great Mike McCullum. But it is what it is. He called Deontay a crackhead. He just talking crazy. At the end of the day, man, Dillian Whyte has looked like, a sloppy sucker, a pile of dog shit in his last few fights ever since losing to Anthony Joshua, which was competitive for spots. But ultimately, he got dogged out, even though he beat Wilder way back when in the amateurs. Professional game, a different game. He got stopped by Joshua in the 7th round. But yeah, he talking crazy. He'll do this and shit. I remember he came over and fought on Crawford and Dongo undercard untelevised, and he just looked like a piece of, he looked like a fat melted, Nestle Crunch bar. Just looked all fat and sloppy. Didn't like he been taking his craft seriously, but he wasn't fighting anybody of serious nature. So I mean, it is what it is. They've been prepping and talking about a Wilder fight for so long. Even offered Wilder just under $5 million. Come to you, can't fight Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte is the #1 contender, but like the homie Fanon from Fanon International Boxing Channel, shout out to him one time said that basically it's at the WBC's discretion to for mandatory. He's #1, don't mean he's gonna be the mandatory. The committee votes on it. The WBC is pretty much like the Wild Wild West. There's no real concrete rules, so that's why they pushing it so bad, because he #1, but doesn't mean he's Wilder's mandatory, and that's funny how the WBC works. But I made a video. A lot of people got mad about it. Should Wilder, fight on Joshua's undercard? And I said, yeah, especially if it's a guy like Brazil or it's a guy like Dillian Whyte, or even going to fight Dillian Whyte in the UK. I suggested. A lot of people saying, well, Wilder's this, he shouldn't do that. At the end of the day, yeah, he shouldn't have to. But guess what? He's in a special circumstance. I mean, he got to create demand. He got to create buzz on his own. He has to do something to turn UK fans, a little bit against Anthony Joshua and kind of pretty much demand that fight. He's able to knock out Dillian Whyte impressively inside, 3, 4, 5 rounds, quicker than Anthony Joshua, basically. Then fans say, you know what, we want to see this guy fight Anthony Joshua. He has to create that demand. A lot of people just listen to the title, listen to the first few minutes of the video, and then comment. And they listen to the video when they ask the questions in the comment section. Sometimes I won't even give you a rebuttal or a like or nothing like that, because the answer is inside the video. Most of the time, I cover my videos pretty quickly, and the clarity and the clarification is very, very good. You just have to open your ears and listen and stop, coming to the videos with a closed mind, especially if it's something that you don't like. And then maybe you can look at it from my point of view. But if you don't have that mental capacity to look at it from somebody's point of view, you just want to be negative against it, then don't even comment, because I ain't trying to hear you and I ain't going to acknowledge it. First couple sentences sound like some bullshit. I just gloss over it just to keep it real. And fighting on Anthony Joshua undercard, yes, yes. If he comes to America, I know it seems like you have to take a back seat, but you have to do some things out of the norm. You have to, fighting this undercard, maybe a Dillian Whyte or Dominic Brazil, whoever it may be, and then, people see you knock him out, see Joshua do his thing versus whoever. Then they going to put 2 and 2 together and be like, well, 1 and 1 together and be like, we want to see that fight. Yeah, let's see the fight. It's all about creating ways to put pressure on Anthony Joshua. We see that you beating Luis Ortiz was a huge step in the right direction, but it's still not working. We see you calling them out, chastising them, blasting them. It's still not working. They don't have to move off their pivot. They still on their pivot. They still on their triple threat. They can pass, shoot, dribble, evade you any type of way. So you have to think outside the box and be creative, instead of waiting along and waiting, because at the end of the day, that's what Joshua Hearn wants you to do. They want to continue to wait. So until you lose or get old or get exposed or get injured, or, you in dire need of the fight now because, they didn't corner the market and you got to come in and take a 20% cut, instead of an 80% cut. So it's different, It's different. You have to find new ways to kind of reinvigorate this rivalry and take it to the next level. I got another video coming after this with Radio Raheem. Did an interview with Eddie Hearn. And I ain't watched the whole 21 minutes. They was crazy, but I got the gist of it. And I'll link it in the next video I do. But, yeah, at the end of the day, we know Deontay Wilder probably smashes Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte ain't that good. I think Amir Mansour might beat Dillian Whyte. I think Brazil might beat Dillian Whyte. I think a few Americans, boxers may give Dillian Whyte a big run for their money in heavyweight. Shit, I'd rather see Jarrell Baby Miller versus Dillian Whyte. You know, but at the end of the day, you know, Dillian Whyte thinks he's entitled to a fight, but he needs to look at the WBC rules because that seems not to be true. You know, until they name you the absolute mandatory and force it to go to purse bid, then you that guy. And he's fighting Lucas Brown, and I'll give you all the bonus coverage real quick. I'll do this video somewhere down the line, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. And HBO picked up Dillian Whyte versus Lucas Brown. Obviously, they having a little issues with picking up Demetrius Andrade versus Sergey Zinchenko. But they picked up Lucas Brown versus Dillian Whyte because Dillian Whyte versus Anthony Joshua might be going down on HBO pretty soon. You know, because it's rumored that HBO may be signing a TV deal, an American TV deal with Anthony Joshua, and one of those first fights could be Dillian Whyte. That's just me putting 2 to 2 together. So, you know, you got to be on the lookout, you know. And also, Anthony Joshua's contract with Matchroom is coming up as well. Eddie Hearn looking for him to sign an extension real quick, and with the extension probably gonna come with an HBO deal right behind it. And right now he's on a TV promotional free agent. He's gonna be on Showtime versus Joe Parker, but we gonna